How are you, Aries? Gotta get this hair dry before I go to fucking work. Woo-wee. Okay, I'm gonna do this deck first. I feel like we got some type of, I don't know, really complex reading that's coming through. I don't know. I can hear, and way down we go. But it could be because I was like just watching. I was just listening to that song. I don't know. Way down we go. Calio. Gratitude in reverse. Fucking ungrateful bastards. My deck like that. Cold moon. 69. Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna say we got kind of a theme going on here. For one, look at this. Look at this creepy ass fucking chick. So she's like, I don't know if somebody was like super cold to you or they were like super awful to you and then they just went and like hid themselves all of a sudden, right? It's like the person that comes out on the full moon and just like shows all their fucking true natural colors, and then the next day that moon changes and so do they, and they hide back up again and they cover up everything they're doing again, right? They only have this like one chance sometimes to tell people what they're doing, and then they go run and they hide again, right? This person that's the first card that came down, which is gratitude in reverse. You see, it's like the same woman, okay? But she's covering her face again. It's like she turns into a ghost to somebody. I don't know if somebody's like, did somebody ghost you? What's this cold moon? This is a sign. Take with thee the dearest of moments. Release me from their tongue and cherish me with light. This is a sign. Gratitude in reverse. Not the right time. And then remembering. Listen to your intuition. This cold moon is speaking volumes to me right now. Release, purge, resourcefulness, nurturing. Gratitude in reverse. Okay, so I feel like somebody maybe saw you primarily as a resource to them. And again, that like, I got this thing where this guy came to me. I'm not going to say who it was, but a man came to me and said that I don't know if he's currently married or if he's separated or if they are divorced. I don't know. I couldn't really, that wasn't the gist of it. The point of it was that he came to me and he said, it was a really awful relationship, but we partied really well together. So this this woman that he was talking about was really lazy, and she never ever wanted to do anything. And then, but she partied a lot. So it was like, that was okay then, you know, that she was as lazy as and ignorant as she was, because she made up for it with drugs and partying. Obviously she was an alcoholic, or maybe they were alcoholics together, you know, they enabled each other to do a lot of things together. And what he said to me was that he felt like she was really ungrateful. And this is all like in a dream, okay? He said that she was really ungrateful for everything, and that he did a lot for her, and he knew that she might have had like childhood trauma or something attached to her, and that's why her husband enabled her to do certain things, because he figured that he just kind of wanted to try to keep her happy, right? And by keeping her happy, that was the partying life, right? He left her alone and did his own thing for most of the time, and then they just partied together and they stayed together. It's like, it's almost like two traumatized people put together, right? And it's like they just keep each other company. It's like two homeless people, you know, like why be homeless alone when you could have like a best friend with you? It almost was like that kind of feeling. Like, he definitely told me that there was love there, but there was more of an attachment than there was feelings, right? It was more like, I would rather her here than anywhere else, right? It was like, that's sometimes what people think is love, right? And it wasn't the right time for her to give gratitude to him, because had she had given gratitude to him, then they probably would have stayed together. But it looks like it was a lesson more than anything. It was like, it was more, we're going to keep each other safe for a bit, and then once that mission's done, we're going to leave each other. Okay? Because it wasn't the right time for either one of them to appreciate something of more value. Okay? I think maybe both of them didn't really give each other the best, because if he truly cared about her, then he you know, I think in a lot of ways, when you see somebody going down a really bad slope because of what happened to them, no, you can't force them to go and talk to somebody. You can't be like, you need fucking therapy, dude. Like, you need to talk to somebody. Like, you can't force somebody to do that, because if they're not looking at the fucking elephant in the room, you can't force them to, right? That's all. Like, you got to be ready to open up that jar, because once it opens, there's a lot of things that are going to come out because of how much has been stored in there and for how long it's been in there, right? So it's almost like, with remembering, listen to your intuition. It's like, I think you've got, what it says is, oh, how thy glimpse glimmer in the darkest of sights, never forgotten, never still, yet pacing in my mind in the twilight of the night. So I think maybe somebody's been thinking about somebody, and a lot of it comes in at night, because again, wrapping up with this man who spoke to me, he, you know, a lot of it came back together at night, you know, like they always, if they were away from each other, they always called each other, right? It was like, it was still a connection. Like, now I'm getting, you know, the movie Knowing with Nicolas Cage, and the little boys, Caleb, his mom is dead. So John walks upstairs to say goodnight to Caleb, and he's watching a tape of his mother singing him to sleep. And then she goes, "Goodnight, Caleb," and he goes, "Goodnight, Mom," and then shuts off the tape and goes to bed. And this is the first time I ever said this, and I don't even know why I did, but I really noticed it. I go, oh, so his mother is still putting him to bed in the grave, right? Because John can't get his shit together to be like long enough to just put to step in and be that extra person for his son, right? It's like sometimes we don't realize how fragile we are in certain situations, and then in order to support something else like our kids on top of that, right? So some parents, like widows, you know, they lose their spouse, they don't realize that that child just lost their fucking parent. You're like, yeah, okay, you lost your spouse, sure. This kid now grows up with no parent, right? So like you got to understand the difference of how selfish we can be with the things that we go through versus what we're watching something else go through, but we push them aside so we can get our own feelings to show, right? So there could be, I don't know, something along those lines. Okay, what's this cold moon? These are all in reverse. Yeah, so 10 of Cups in reverse, Ace of Cups in reverse, with the 4 of Swords in reverse. That's the thing, is that this wasn't what somebody thought it was going to be. It wasn't the picture perfect family that they thought, right? Like, and that's just whatever you think is a perfect situation for yourself, okay? Whether it's kids running around, whether it's you running around, whatever it has to be, okay? It's like an idea that just suits two people of what they see the future as, or what they see as the perfect moment, okay? No walls were put up. Boundaries weren't put up. Okay? So these people, it's like again, I'm just kind of getting the enabling part of it. Where somebody should have spoke up and defended themselves, they didn't, right? So that's how it all went to shit. Right? Because you have to speak up for yourself. You have to say when things aren't going your way, and like when you know that you're putting in way much more effort than what somebody else is putting in, right? And then they go cold on you, right? And then you can't see them for what they are, because then they hide. They end up hiding everything away. Like this person could just go silent on you, and you're like, what the fuck? Like I've told you everything. Like I've done everything for you, and now you're just gonna go and fucking hide, and you're gonna be quiet, and you're not gonna say anything, right? It's like, listen to your own intuition on that. You know, like I tried to communicate with somebody numerous times and they won't speak to me. And like, what can you do to that other than be like, all right, well, clearly that person does not want to be around. They don't want to be around me. They don't want to be around. Like, I defended myself. I finally spoke what I wanted to say to somebody for like 5 years. I finally said it, and they didn't say anything to me. Like, my feelings meant nothing to them at all. And like that you just kind of had to be like, man, you can say it however you want. You can say it exactly how it is, and you might not get a single response. And the thing is, that makes you kind of like almost want to chase them to be like, yo, are you listening? Like, can you hear me? And then they still don't say anything, and you're like, this is just a waste. Like, why do I even waste the energy to try to speak to you? Like, this isn't going to ever go anywhere, right? Because it's not. And it's like, listen to your intuition on that. Like, if somebody can't be just grateful, right? It's not the right time for them to be grateful for you or give gratitude for what you've done on the coldest of moons on their behalf, on the coldest of times that you've watched this person. Like, it's a sign. This reading is a sign if somebody goes cold on somebody, and like, I'm talking like you walk into a room and you breathe and you can fucking see it, this person hates you so much, and then you feel like you got to do everything to make it better, and you didn't even do anything wrong. That's the thing. Like, I feel like I've got to go and apologize to this person for saying that they hurt me. That's not right. Right? So I just have to fucking move on with my life. Like, I really loved this person, and I just watched them treat me like shit for years. I watched them go on and like basically make out with chicks right in front of me while I just stood there. Like I never said anything. I never did anything. He used to spit at my feet when I walked by. Like, this guy broke my heart and didn't even say a word to me. Like, when that happens, like, I've had 2 guys do that to me, and I know that they're the ones that chose to hurt me, and somehow they won't even apologize for anything. Like one person, anyways, doesn't matter. So, gratitude, Wheel of Fortune. That has come out twice today already. Daily reading for Libra. And then this. So it's like The confusion stops on going nowhere, right? Exactly what I just said. Like, I don't know how hard you've tried, but it just has to stop. Like, you just have to stop trying because it's never going to go anywhere. It's never going to do anything. As long as you're the only one that's doing all the work, it's never going to go anywhere. You're just going to keep trying to pick all these options, and you're going to keep trying to like fucking pull shit out of your ass and do this and do that, and and make somebody's life better or make them love you again, and it's never going to happen. You can't make people love you. It doesn't matter what you buy them. It doesn't matter how much you wish for them. If somebody doesn't want to care about you, they're just not going to. If somebody doesn't want to be thankful for you, they're just not going to, right? It's an entitlement. It's greedy little fucking bitches that just don't deserve anybody. Then they deserve to be alone if that's how they're going to act. And like, some people, you can love them and do anything for them, and they're just going to walk away from you because at the same time, they didn't ask you to do anything and you just went ahead and did shit. Well, that's your own fucking fault. Like, people are ruthless, right? They have no idea really what it's like to be treated like shit and to be walked away from and to be completely left alone and fucking have nobody. Like, a lot of people don't know that shit, right? They're living in this little fucking fairyland in the world. And then remembering 2 of Swords in reverse. I swear to God, Libra got that too. Unblocked. It's like suddenly you have to listen to your intuition on this one. It's like you have to work with people who are not blocking you. Okay? Like, if you want to work with somebody and they're going to block you, they're just going to take everything for themselves, right? That's juvenile. You got to get past that shit. You've got to recognize who's using you and who isn't. Right? Recognize who's blocking you and who's trying to work with you. That's the thing. Because going and running and hiding after somebody knows they did something is cowardly. And I can't deal with cowards. Like, honestly, I'll just walk away because a coward, I will admit anything. If I know I did something, I'll just admit it. I really don't care. I'm not going to fight with people on shit anymore. Okay, but this is like to throw a line out that many times and then for them to hide and walk away. A coward is just that. It's a coward. It's somebody who's never going to be able to face the things that they do to other people. They don't want to. They want to just completely forget about it. They want to act like they're allowed to do whatever they want. And then when they hurt people, they'll go, well, it's fucking your fault. They won't even take responsibility for it because they'll say that you did something. You controlled their actions in some way and made them do something, right? It's like whatever this person is, and then they fail and they fucking turn around and walk away from you and then you can't find them. That's bullshit. That's not a fair fight. This person doesn't want to fight fair. And when they don't want to fight fair, that means right away. So they don't even want to fight fair. They don't want to live fair, nor do they even want to give fairness at all. That's bullshit. It's a teeter-totter. And it's a teeter-totter. See, you're holding down. So, anything else? Aries, sometimes, man, their readings, I love them. Okay, we got 8 of Cups. And then everything else is in reverse. Okay, that's not too bad. So somebody's definitely walking away. Okay, they're walking away from something for good. I don't know what it is that you're remembering, but it's like you guys didn't play peacefully in the playground. So you're not going to bring peace to each other now. I guess that's kind of what I'm getting, like you've got to walk away from this. Like, sometimes the ties that bind us are also the ties that break us. Okay? And I feel like somebody's already been broken. They've already received the fucking bad news on everything. And now they're like, your words can't hurt me anymore, bitch. Like, you gotta walk away. Like, you are so ungrateful. Actually, and I just watched this TikTok video that this woman put up. She had, like, her niece living with her for, like, the last year or something, and her niece didn't work. She paid all of her niece's bills. She paid everything, and then her niece trashed her fucking house. Like, bad, broke her TVs, sprayed paint everywhere. Like, her house was toast. She's like, this house is done. She's like, in order to, she has to buy everything new. She has to get rid of everything and buy everything new. And she let this woman live rent-free and job-free for a year. She only said, okay, well, you got to go if you don't get a job and start at least helping me or trying. Even if you get part-time, you just got to try. You just got to give an effort, because this can't just be going down the drain. It's been a year. When somebody gives you a year, it's like, okay, like, you know, like, let's like, my aunt barely even gave us, my sister and I, fucking 60 days to get back on our feet. You know what I mean? A year, right? And she couldn't do it. So like, I'm almost getting that too. Like, somebody was so ungrateful, right? And it's like, it's because they're supposed to be shown that this kind of shit just doesn't fall out of the sky. And soon they're going to be put in a position where nobody fucking helps them because they're ungrateful and they don't deserve it. They deserve to drown, because trust me, I've drowned and I didn't deserve it. I know I didn't deserve it. I didn't do anything wrong. And when you see people who didn't do anything wrong that are drowning, you don't think the motherfuckers that are doing something wrong are not going to drown? Of course they are. It's just going to take some time. Unfortunately, because the bad guys, they tend to get away for a bit until the universe kicks their ass. So we've got the King of Pentacles in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. This is kind of like, obviously, maybe what I just spoke about with that woman and her niece. It's like somebody's money just going into the ground, okay? It's not going anywhere, and it's actually more or less costing you more money than anything. So somebody's costing somebody money, and they don't care. Like the one that's receiving the money doesn't care. They just want it. And then they'll play this fucking good ass acting job at the end just to make sure they seal the deal. And like, you're gonna have to listen to your intuition on this one, like, big time. Use your discernment. If this isn't anything that has to do with your life, then don't fucking make it seem like it is, okay? Because this is a pretty like detailed message on something that's coming through with Libra, because it came through. Look at that, Empress in reverse. Like, I swear somebody's getting used, okay? And there's the King of Swords. Like, this is absolutely something that somebody knows the truth about. They know that this is true, that what this Empress has done everything in reverse. Like, even if you had a kid, man, they had a kid in reverse. They had a kid just to take. They didn't have a kid to love and survive. They had it, so then they had a fucking bank account open for them right away. Right? Three of Swords in reverse. Like, that's a lot of heartache is leaving somebody once they address the elephant in the room, okay? And they stop hiding from themselves almost, and stop hiding this answer from yourself, right? Like, if it resonates, then something's going to kind of come to you, and you're going to be like, I'm not going to hide this anymore. This person can't hurt me anymore like this, because they don't want to do the work themselves, because I walked away, because I won't fucking house this shit. Right? There's the Ace of Pentacles. Like clearly another seed gets sown, right? I just saw Death. Oh my God, there's the Lovers. So definitely there's Gemini energy. So it's like, definitely there's another seed that can be sown by this person, and they don't have to lose their emotion anymore in order to do it. Their emotions are not going to be siphoned out of, right? This is a seed, and this person can water it with their love, but it's not going to take everything from them. It's going to grow. So then eventually the love kind of like, I don't know, it'll definitely, when you grow a seed, I remember when those seeds, like when they come through the surface and you see that little bud and you're like, oh my God, it made it to the light, right? The love that you give a seed is how it grows. That's how life works, right? So yes, you water it, but the gratitude that you get back because of it, because of how healthy it grows and how much you love it and how much you cherish it, it completely takes away what this other person did. The one that was so ungrateful, they couldn't even say thank you. Now you get a seed that's like, you know, it depends on your water. Like, it depends on your watering, right? If you don't water, if you don't love it, it won't grow. It won't get anywhere. So it's almost like the world maybe had to teach you or teach somebody on how to properly grow something, how to water something properly, how to give it what it needs in order to survive. Not just give everything to somebody, leaving you with nothing, and then they take it and then they go, is that it? Really? You didn't bring anything else? Where's my Tiffany fucking necklace? Right? It's like, oh, gross. I don't even wear diamonds. I hate them. And how you get them, how we get diamonds, it's so wrong. Ugh, it's so awful. And like, I remember my stepbrother, and when he got married, his wife needed the 3-ring thing. And obviously it had to be platinum. Oh, platinum had just come out, so it was like platinum everything. And she told me how much he spent on her rings. She was a fucking teacher in Oshawa, okay? And she was wearing like she's wearing like $7,000 on her finger, $10,000 on her finger. Like, how stupid are you? That's just deaf, dumb, and blind. Like, oh, my sister, when she got married, she went on like Etsy or something like that, and she bought this prop costume ring from this play in Toronto, and it actually resembled a lot of the Queen's jewels, anyways, and the diamonds were like almost microscopic, and I think it costed $100. I mean, like, they got divorced, so who the fuck cares? But I think even he got the Lord of the Rings ring for his wedding ring. They spent like $150 on rings. Like, it's a fucking ring. Honestly, how much do you really gotta have in it? Like, and then, I don't know, man. I don't think the same as other people. My aunt once, she went on this blind date, okay, with this trucker from like Twitter, Twatter, or something like that. Or, no, that's not it. The one where you swipe left or right or something like that. And so she goes on this date with this trucker. And he gets this like B&B condo downtown Toronto or something. And she's like, he's got so much money. I'm just going to go spend the night with him. And blah, blah, blah. She comes back the next day and I was like, okay, whore, how is that? And she was like, well, you know, one of the first things he asked me was if I liked diamonds. I told him, of course I do. I know I'm going to hear from him again. She never heard from him again. My sister and I both went, oh, well, that was the fucking bullseye question, you fucking idiot. Do you like diamonds? Which means, are you going to make this man pay for your love, or are you actually going to love him? My aunt is not interested in love. She's interested in men who can take care of her so she doesn't have to work. That's what she's interested in. Oh, so stupid. Like, oh my God, I told him I just love them. Look at, they're in my necklace, they're in my rings. Oh, I was like, you are retarded. Like, honestly, you're like, what, 53? Like, fucking grow up. Like, she still bangs fucking 30-year-olds off Facebook. Like, I don't even know, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I don't understand what the fuck is wrong with you. Like, oh, so gross. Anyways, I'm going to shut this off because I don't need to continue it. I hope it resonates. If it doesn't, don't worry. It doesn't matter. But it's definitely going to, like, trigger or vibe with somebody. So take it how it resonates. Leave what doesn't. These are timeless, so whenever you see it, you see it. It's not a big deal. If it resonates, it resonates. Time doesn't exist. We all know this. It's a figment of our imagination. It's what makes us think that our lives are going to be over at any second. That's all time is. So don't let it worry you. We're on TikTok. You want to go over there? Tarot in the Void. You know what it is. If not, just whatever. It is what it is. It's just so I can advertise. I don't really care. Anyways, so yeah, personal readings, whitneymoonshine@gmail.com, and enjoy. Peace out.